Have you ever felt like you're just, reacting to life instead of actively creating it?
Mm.
What if the key to unlocking your potential, really shaping your circumstances, your health, even your dreams?
Mm.
What if it wasn't some external thing,
Right.
but something completely within your control? Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
This is where we take source material, dive into it, and pull out the most important bits of knowledge, the insights. Basically a shortcut to being well-informed.
That's the goal.
And today we are diving deep into something pretty fundamental. It's this profound connection between our thoughts and, well, pretty much every single aspect of our lives.
It really is foundational.
Our guide for this is a really rich commentary on James Allen's classic work As a Man Thinketh. Timeless stuff.
Absolutely. And our aim today is to give you a fresh look at a powerful truth, which is that you are essentially the architect of your own reality.
The architect.
Yeah, and your thoughts. They're the blueprint.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll walk away with a better grasp of this, maybe some surprising facts, some practical things you can use. Definitely those aha moments that make things click. But, without feeling buried in information.
Right, digestible insights. Okay, so let's jump in. This core idea that just runs through all the source material. It's that phrase, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's not just a nice saying, is it?
No, not at all. It's presented as like a fundamental law, almost a design spec for who we are and what happens to us.
A design spec, I like that. And in his heart, what does that really mean here?
Well, it's not just about fleeting thoughts or, wishing for something casually.
Okay.
It's pointing to those really deep ingrained beliefs, the consistent thought patterns that are truly at your core.
The ones that shape you even when you're not thinking about it.
Exactly. They shape your unconscious reactions just as much as your conscious choices. The source basically says a person is a direct reflection of those dominant thoughts.
So like cause and effect.
Precisely. Think of a plant and its seed. The seed determines the plant, right?
Yeah.
Your actions, then, are described as the flowers that bloom from the seeds of your thoughts.
Okay, so good thoughts, good actions, good results.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
It sets up this really clear cause and effect. If you consistently plant positive, uplifting thoughts, well, your actions tend to lead towards joy.
And the opposite.
The opposite holds too. If your inner world is dominated by negativity, the harvest is likely going to be pain. The sources give an example, like someone constantly thinking negative things about themselves.
Right.
They might avoid challenges, doubt themselves.
Right.
And their actions just reinforce that self-doubt. But flip that, someone who genuinely believes in their potential thinks positively.
They act differently.
They act differently. They naturally take actions that lead towards success. It's almost inevitable.
So our inner thought world directly scarps our outer world of circumstances. That's huge. Is there an analogy they use for this?
Yes, a very vivid one. The mind is a garden.
Okay, explain that. The mind is a garden.
It makes it super clear. Would you intentionally cultivate the positive, focused thoughts? That's what thrives. Like your flowers and fruits in a well-kept garden.
Makes sense.
But if you neglect it, if you let those negative thoughts just run rampant, they're like weeds.
They take over.
To take over, choking out the good stuff. The sources are really emphatic. Our outer world is often a reflection of our inner world.
So not just poetic, it's practical.
Very practical. For instance, they link financial struggles not just to bad luck, but often to an inner state dominated by thoughts of lack, scarcity, fear.
Worrying about not having enough.
Exactly. Or think about unhealthy relationships. They might stem from deep-seated thoughts of low self-worth, feeling unlovable.
Wow.
But once you really grasp this, that you're actively tending this inner garden, it changes everything.
How so?
You shift from feeling like a victim of your circumstances to understanding you're actually the creator, the conscious creator of your reality.
That is a massive shift. Okay, so if thoughts are the blueprint, how do we intentionally use this connection to, shape our lives, reach goals, handle challenges? The sources really zero in on one thing: purpose.
They absolutely do. And it's fascinating. They frame aimlessness, not having a purpose, as actually dangerous.
Dangerous.
Because without that clear direction, you're just adrift. It invites uncertainty, chaos, and you're more likely to fall into bad habits. Things like excessive worry, fear, self-pity.
The stuff that weighs you down.
Exactly. Those mental weights that weigh people down. Purpose, on the other hand, acts as your guiding light, gives direction, meaning.
So you need a grand life purpose.
Not necessarily right away.
Hmm.
The sources suggest even focusing on small duties with real care, like meticulously organizing your workspace or giving full attention to a routine task even that builds discipline. Concentration.
Okay, small steps.
Small steps build strength. Think of a student struggling. If they set a clear goal, I want to improve my grades, that focus sharpens their effort.
Or someone getting healthy with a fitness goal.
Perfect example. And in this framework, failures aren't the end. They become learning opportunities, stepping stones.
Right, data points on the way. This focus on purpose leads right into achievement, doesn't it? And the sources sound pretty strict about responsibility here.
Oh, absolutely. No mincing words. You are fully accountable for your achievements and your failures.
Okay.
The thought factor in achievement is called the primary driver. What you accomplish or don't is directly tied to your thoughts.
So success isn't just about luck or opportunity.
It's not just external. It demands real self-discipline. And, importantly, the willingness to make sacrifices.
Sacrifices like what?
Often it means letting go of those comfortable negative thoughts or bad habits that are holding you back.
Examples.
Well, the sources point to people like Thomas Edison. His 10,000 ways that won't work, he saw that as progress, driven by focused thought and determination.
Right, not failure.
Exactly. Or think of Nelson Mandela, maintaining that mindset of justice, reconciliation, despite decades in prison. That inner strength, born from thought, had massive outer impact.
Incredible examples, but for a lot of us, it's just easier sometimes to blame external factors.
Yeah.
Or even just plain luck when things go wrong.
Of course, it's tempting.
How do the sources tackle that idea of luck or chance?
They challenge it head on. They stress efforts lead to results. What looks like luck from the outside is almost always the result of sustained, focused thought and action.
So digging deeper than the surface.
Exactly. Think of a top athlete winning a championship. Someone might say, oh, they got lucky.
Yeah.
But the athlete knows about the relentless training, the unwavering focus. It's determination and perseverance. Same for a student excelling academically. It's not random.
It's the outcome of consistent mental and physical effort, recognizing the work behind the win.
Precisely. It's about seeing the intentionality behind what might look like chance.
Okay, let's shift focus a bit to an area where this mind-thought connection might be really surprising for some people, our physical health.
Ah, yes. This is fascinating.
It often feels like mind and body are separate tracks, right? But these sources say otherwise.
Completely otherwise. They describe this undeniable mind-body connection. And they argue that negative thoughts, persistent fear, anxiety, anger, envy, greed, lust.
The heavy stuff.
The heavy stuff. They literally poison the body.
Poison. That's strong.
It is. But think about it. When these thoughts dominate, they trigger stress responses. Cortisol floods your system. Over time, this weakens your immune defenses.
And leads to actual physical symptoms.
Yes. Increased heart rate, high blood pressure, digestive problems. The sources even suggest someone constantly living in fear of getting sick is more likely to get sick.
Because that chronic stress is breaking down their defenses.
Exactly. It compromises their internal systems.
Wow. Okay, so if negative thoughts harm, then the reverse must be true. Positive thoughts can actually boost health.
Absolutely. The sources affirm this directly. Positive, strong, and peaceful thoughts allow the body to thrive.
How so?
Well, thoughts that are pure, joyful, optimistic, they contribute to a healthy, vigorous body. They can boost the immune system, even impact how you look, your vitality.
Interesting.
They paint this picture. A 96-year-old woman with a bright and innocent glow, attributed to a lifetime of good thoughts.
All right.
Contrast that with a younger person whose face looks tense and stressed, reflecting chronic negative emotions.
So it shows on the outside, too.
It can, yes. And this really highlights the importance of mental cleansing. Things like practicing gratitude, forgiveness.
Because diet and exercise aren't enough.
They argue that no amount of dietary changes or exercise will lead to lasting health if the mind remains filled with toxic thoughts. It has to be holistic, mind and body together.
This really seems to flow into the idea of inner peace, then. Serenity, which the sources call a jewel.
Yes, one of the most beautiful jewels of wisdom. And it's crucial to understand serenity isn't just the absence of stress. It's an active choice, a profound state that comes from long and patient effort and self-control.
So you have to work at it. How?
Cultivating calmness involves a few things. Practicing self-awareness, mindfulness, just observing your thoughts without judging them immediately.
Watching the mental chatter.
Exactly. Also, changing your perspective. Seeing obstacles not as disasters, but as chances to grow, like Edison with his experiments.
Finding the opportunity in the difficulty.
Yes, developing emotional intelligence, building resilience, maybe through things like gratitude journaling. Simple practices, but powerful.
And this inner calm, it affects others too.
Definitely. Think about it. A calm business owner often attracts more customers, right?
Yeah.
Their composure is appealing.
True.
Or a teacher who can bring order to a chaotic classroom through their own inner serenity. It has a ripple effect.
So it really comes down to mastering that self-control,
Ah.
avoiding those explosive tempers the source has mentioned.
Precisely. A lack of self-control leads directly to chaos and unhappiness. Not just for you, but for people around you. The sources say only the wise can truly control their emotions. It's a sign of real strength.
Like steering a ship.
Exactly the analogy they use. Be the ship's captain, firmly holding the helm of your mind, steering towards the islands of peace.
Love that image.
It just reiterates that deep peace is achievable.
Yeah.
But you have to take charge of your thoughts. Awaken that commanding master within us, your conscious will.
Okay, so bringing this all together, what does it mean for your future, the listener's future? It seems the ultimate message here is incredibly empowering.
It really is.
That you genuinely have the power to create your reality through your visions, your ideals.
Yes, and a key insight here is the role of dreamers. The sources talk about composers, painters, prophets, wise people. They're called the saviors of the world, the builders of the future. Why? Because they offer hope, direction, vision.
They imagine something different.
They imagine something different and pursue it. Think Columbus dreaming of new lands, Copernicus seeing a bigger universe, Buddha seeking enlightenment, the
Yeah.
Wright brothers dreaming of flight.
Huge, world-changing dreams.
Huge dreams that became reality because someone held on to that vision.
But this isn't just for historical giants, right?
Yeah.
It applies to us, to our individual lives.
Absolutely, that's the crucial point. It applies to each of us no matter where we are right now.
So how does that work?
The sources emphasize that just holding on to your own dreams and ideals, aspiring to a higher vision for yourself, that's the vital first step.
Just the act of holding the vision.
Holding the vision. These are the seeds of future happiness and success. They don't just shape what you do. They shape who you become.
Okay.
There's a really moving example in the sources, a young person stuck in poverty, difficult circumstances.
Yeah.
But they held this clear vision of embodying intelligence, beauty, and grace. And through consistent effort, driven by that inner picture,
They achieved it.
they achieved it. They literally outgrew their old environment,
Yeah.
became a positive influence. The inner transformation led the way for the outer change.
That's incredible. So your current situation, it's not permanent. Not if you can envision something better and work towards it.
That is the absolute core message. Your dominant aspirations, what you consistently reach for in your mind, they determine how far you go. The sources put it very simply. You will become what you will to be.
Wow.
And they give everyday examples. A bookkeeper becoming something more. A sheep driver, a carpenter, stepping into new influential roles, not by magic.
But through that inner vision and persistence.
Exactly. Believing in your capacity to grow
Yeah.
and letting that belief guide your actions.
Yeah.
It's the power of sustained inner focus shaping your future.
What a journey we've taken. I mean, from our thoughts being the blueprint of character to shaping circumstances, affecting health, driving achievement, and finally crafting our destiny through vision.
Yeah.
The core message just seems crystal clear. Your thought, they really are the master key.
We're the key to your character, your circumstances, your health, your achievements, everything.
It's quite profound.
And maybe the deeper truth, the thing to really sit with, is that the universe seems ready to respond to the thoughts we choose to cultivate. So as you go about your day, maybe ask yourself, what seeds am I planting right now in the garden of my mind? What harvest am I preparing for?
Because the battle is won there first.
That's what the sources suggest.
Yeah.
The battle is fought and won in the mind first, by choosing confidence over fear, persistence over doubt, consciously.
Powerful ideas to reflect on. We really hope this deep dive has given you a fresh perspective, maybe a jolt of awareness about the incredible power you hold within you. Keep exploring, keep discovering. Know that your thoughts are actively shaping your world, truly, one moment at a time.